Hello, good afternoon, stars. This is Miss Van Tile. We're going to do an overview of the lesson 14.2, which is about graphing data using ordered pairs. This should be a relatively short video today, but y'all know I love to talk, so let's just go ahead and get started, okay? So the first thing that we're going to practice doing today, before we begin, a couple quick reminders. Our x-axis moves horizontally, and our y-axis, we move vertically, okay? Vertical, horizontal. And our origin is at the point where our x and y axes meet, all right? So what we're gonna do on this slide, in this example, is we're gonna graph and label each point on the grid. Remember, the way our ordered pairs are written is our x-coordinate comes first, and then our y-coordinate comes second, and they are separated by a comma. All right, so when I go to plot point A, I see that my x-coordinate is 3 and my y-coordinate is 5. So that means I need to go to the right 3 on our x-axis, and then I need to go up 5 on my y-axis. And that right there is where I would plot point A. Again, when we go to plot point B, we need to recognize our x-coordinate is 2, and our y-coordinate is 1. So I go 2 to the right on my x-axis and 1 up on my y-axis, and that is where we plot point B. To plot point C, my x-coordinate is 5 and my y-coordinate is 0. So I move to the right 5 on my x-axis, and then I move 0 up on the y-axis. So we can see we have plotted our point directly on the x-axis, and that's fine. So for point D, we see the ordered pair is 4, 2. So our x-coordinate is 4 and our y-coordinate is 2. So we go to the right 4 on our x-axis, and then we go up 2 on our y-axis. And that is where we plot point D. So next we're going to go ahead and plot point E. And again, we see that our x-coordinate is 4 and our y-coordinate is 1. So we move horizontally on our x-axis 4, and then up vertically on our y-axis 1, and that is where we plot point E. Point F, we see the ordered pair is 0, 3, so x-coordinate is 0, y-coordinate is 3. So with my x-coordinate being 0, that means that I do not move at all on my x-axis, and we're only going to be moving vertically on our y-axis. So we go up 1, 2, 3, and that is where we plot point F. As I plot, you can see point F and point C, they're the opposite of each other. When we had a y-coordinate, we plotted, when our x-coordinate was 0 and our y-coordinate was another number, we plotted the point directly on the axis. And just like over here with point C, we had an x-coordinate, but our y-coordinate was 0, so we had to plot the point directly on the x-axis. All right, the last one on this slide for point G, my x-coordinate is 1 and my y-coordinate is 4. So I move on my x-axis 1 and up on my y-axis 4, and that is where we plot point G. Okay, so again, it's literally just remembering our x-axis is horizontal, our y-axis is vertical, and then remembering in our ordered pair that our x-coordinate comes first and our y-coordinate comes second. All right, so I wanted to show one more example for you guys, but using some larger numbers, because on your quick check and independent practice, they do use larger numbers. Please don't get nervous by that though, okay? Everything's fine. It's still just counting, okay? So let's go ahead and look at these ordered pairs. Again, my x-axis is horizontal, my y-axis is vertical, and in an ordered pair, the x-coordinate comes first, and my y-coordinate comes second. So for point J, we see our x-coordinate is 2, and our y-coordinate is 6. So we move 2 on our x-axis, and 6 on our y-axis. And that is where we plot point J. And then if we look at the ordered pair for point K, we see that they're the opposite of each other. Cool, right? All right, so for K, my x coordinate is 6 and my y coordinate is 2. So I move 6 on my x-axis and 2 on my y-axis. That's where we plot K. For L, my x-coordinate is 4 and my y-coordinate is 5. So we move on our x-axis 4 and on our y-axis 5. And that's where we plot point L. And then again, just like on the previous slide, we see that our x-coordinate is 0 and our y-coordinate is 8. So because our x-coordinate is 0, we know that we're going to actually plot our point M up here directly on our y-axis. In point N, our x-coordinate is 3 and our y-coordinate is 8. So we move on our x-axis 3 and then up on our y-axis 8, and that is where we plot point N. For O, our x and y coordinates are the same. So we go on our x-axis 6 and then also up on our y-axis 6. And that is where we plot O. For P, my x-coordinate is 1 and y-coordinate 4. So 1 on our x-axis and 4 on our y-axis. And that is point P. And then for Q, again, we see one of our coordinates is 0, and it's our y-coordinate that's 0. So again, we can just go directly to 5, 0 on our x-axis, and that's where we're going to plot point Q. For R, our x-coordinate is 7. So we go to the right 7 on our x-axis, and our y-coordinate is 3. So we go up 3 on our y-axis, and that's where we plot point R. And then for point S, again, we see our x-coordinate is 7. So we can really just kind of stay and hang out right here. But just the difference is we're going to go up 8 spots, or we're going to go up 8 on our y-axis as opposed to just 3 where we plotted point R. And then for T, we see our x-coordinate is 8 and our y-coordinate is 1. So we're going to move on our x-axis 8 and on our y-axis 1. That's where we plot point T. And then for U, our ordered pair is 3, 3. So again, our x and y coordinates are the same number. So we move 3 on 3. And that is where we plot point U. Again, super duper simple. All we're doing is counting, okay? And I'm going to be annoying about this. Our x-axis moves horizontally, and our y-axis, we move vertically. And in our ordered pair, our x-coordinate comes first, and our y-coordinate comes second. All right? Just as long as you remember those things, then you're going to do awesome at graphing. All right, and this is our last question here, and they just wanted us to explain how is graphing the ordered pair 0, 2 different than graphing the ordered pair 2, 0. So let's go ahead and write these out and examine them. So again, we have 0, 2, and we have 2, 0. And again, because our awesome teacher just reminded us, our x-coordinate comes first and our y-coordinate comes second. So when our x-coordinate is 0, that means that we do not have to move at all on our x-axis, and we only have to move on our y-axis. So when we have a y-coordinate, we're only moving, or we're plotting our point vertically. We only have to move up, not to the side. But then opposite of that, when we have an x-coordinate of 2 and a y-coordinate of 0, this means we're moving to the right 0, and that we are not having to move at all on our y-axis. So when our x-coordinate is 2 and our y-coordinate is 0, then we're moving horizontally. I think I spelled that right. Horizontally. Okay, there we go. She's got it. Okay, so again, it's just those little differences. All right, so again, remember, it's just counting. My x-coordinate comes first, my y-coordinate comes second. Remember, our x-axis is horizontal and our y-axis is vertical. All right, and as always, you know I love you, you know I miss you, and I hope you guys are doing amazing, okay? Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and hopefully I will see y'all soon. Bye.